Hello everyone. Some of my YouTube followers made a request to make a video on the textual exercise of the poem Today and Tomorrow by J.E. Carpenter. So I'm making this video. Hope you all will like it. So let's get started with the word meaning. So the first difficult word is deed. Deed means action. We also have discussed these meanings while we have gone through the explanation of the poem. Next is repentance, that is regret. Next is phantom, that is illusion, imagination, or you can say ghost. Next is accomplished, that is achieved. Next is foretell. Foretell means to predict. Now, the first question that we have in our textual exercise is, what sort of man does the poet like? See, in question we have does. What sort of man does the poet like? So when we have does in the question, our verb will carry s or es. So what is the verb like? Like will carry s. For example, the poet likes the man who do all the work in the present and do not like to postpone anything till tomorrow. So, what kind of man does the poet like? The poet likes the man who do all the work in the present and do not like to postpone anything till tomorrow. Now, our second question is, how can we command the present? We can command the present if we take actions in the present and never wait till tomorrow. Our next question is, what happens if we throw the hours away? If we throw the hours away, that is, if we waste our precious time, the work or the job cannot be completed in time. That is, we need some more time to complete our work if we just postpone our work. Now, next, our fourth question is, why should we not put off any work or good deed till tomorrow? We should not put off any work or good deed till tomorrow, because if we don't take actions in the present time, it will be too late to regret your mistakes in future. In future, we will always have to regret over this mistake that we should have done our work on time. Now, his fifth question of the textual exercise is, find out the four pair of rhyming words in the poem. We have also discussed the rhyming words while we have taken the explanation part. So, the rhyming words are say, today, wait, late, today, away, foretell, well. These are the pair of rhyming words in the poem. Now, the last textual question is, what is the rhyming scheme of the poem? I made you understand the rhyming scheme of the poem. It is A, B, C, B, right? We have discussed it while the explanation, how we find out the rhyming scheme of the poem. Now, next we have our HOTS question. HOTS stand for high order thinking skills. Okay, so the question is, yesterday is dead, tomorrow is unborn, but today is a gift. That's why it is called present. How can one make one's present a worthy gift? One can make one's present a worthy gift by enjoying it to the fullest, because we never know whether we are going to wake up tomorrow or not. So we should live in the present. Next is our life skills question. Kushal is a bit lazy and helps delaying his work. He also gets scolded by his parents and almost all the teachers for being so disorganized. What suggestions can you give him to manage his time? So you have to add few suggestions what you can give to him to manage his time. So here are few suggestions to Kushal to manage his time. First is create a timetable and follow it. Next is do your work regularly. Next, keep your deadlines in mind. Next, keep away your laziness. Don't be lazy. Next, convince your parents to reward you for completing the regular timetable. So reward is very much beneficial. If we reward someone or even ourselves for the work we do, obviously we feel good, we feel that we will do much better in future. So you can add more suggestions according to you what you can give to Kushal to remove his laziness. So the last question is your value based question. What according to you is the best way of spending time out of the given options? So the options are given in the question like grooming yourself, gaining knowledge, entertaining yourself, teaching someone, helping the needy. Okay, what do you think? What is the best thing according to you to spend out your time? So the best thing is, what you think? It could be different from person to person, but according to me, the best thing is gaining knowledge is the best way of spending time, because if I am knowledgeable, I can groom myself, teach others, and also help others effectively. So if I have the knowledge, if I am capable, all these things which are mentioned here we can do. So according to me, the best thing is gaining knowledge. So next is our writing skill part. You have to write a letter to your brother living in a hostel to maintain a balance between playing games and studying so as to make the most productive use of his time. It is your writing skill question. So means you have to write an informal letter. You can go through my video in which I have discussed the format of informal letter writing, which is followed in our DAV schools or some CBSE schools. So firstly we will write the examination hall ABC, the sender's address. Then we can write date, any date, it could be the date you on which you are writing your letter, and next you will leave one line and write to whom you are writing this letter. For example, this is a letter you are writing to your brother who live in a hostel to maintain a balance between playing games and studying so as to make the most productive use of his time. So you can write like, I hope you are enjoying your studies and learning new things. I wrote this letter to you to tell you about the importance of maintaining balance between playing and studying. As you know, all work and no play can make you a dull boy. So please play a few games in your free time to keep yourself physically and mentally fit. Remember that a healthy mind needs a healthy body. Maintain a schedule in which you devote time to physical activity. Eat sensibly and keep off excessive junk food too. You take care and write when you get time. Father and mother send their regards to you. Yours lovingly, XYZ. You will not write your name. You can write XYZ, PQR like this because we never mention our name if the name is not given in the letter. So the next question of your writing skill part of this poem is, write a short story to illustrate the proverb, a stitch in nine saves nine. So here I have taken a short story, The Grain Seller. Once there lived a grain seller in a village. He used to sell grains in and around the village to survive. One day, when he was carrying his grain bags to sell it at a market, he noticed a small hole in his grain bag through which one or two grains were falling from it. He didn't care much about it. The hole gradually developed and a large amount of grains began to fall through the hole. When he reached the market, half of the bag got emptied. Then he realized he would have done something at the initial stage. So, the moral of the story is, a stitch in time saves nine. So, whatever should be done on time, done in present, should not be postponed till tomorrow. Hope you must be able to write the answers now, since it's a video I have put on the YouTube just on request. Didn't get much time to edit it more to make it proper. So just go through it and do let me know through your comments was it helpful or not. Thank you so much.